The kingdom of Arindale stretched across green valleys and sharp silver mountains, a land where humans and dragons lived by an ancient oath of unity. High above its mist-crowned peaks lived the dragon clans, Firewings with burning breath, Stormtails who commanded thunder, Frostdrakes of icy caves, and the elusive sky shadows that moved like living smoke. Among them was Emberclaw, a young but powerful blue-scaled firewing whose scales shimmered like polished sapphire. His rider, Lira, had bonded with him only months earlier, yet their connection was already deep and instinctive. She understood his roars, his moods, and even the slight tremble of his wings that meant danger was near. Far on the other side of the mountains brooded the rogue dragon Rhaegor, a massive red fire drake whose wings spread wide enough to eclipse the sun. Scars crossed his chest like dark rivers from old battles. Unlike the noble dragons of Arindale, Rhaegor obeyed no laws. He terrorized anyone who crossed the narrow mountain pass near his lair. One evening, just as the light turned golden, he launched from the cliffs with a thunderous roar. Flames trailed behind him like burning banners as he dived toward a merchant caravan traveling the winding mountain road. A single blast of his fire shattered the lead wagon, splintering wood across the rocks. Two travelers escaped, stumbling in panic, but two were crushed beneath a fallen cart, coughing and crying out as smoke thickened around them. From miles away, Lira spotted the rising plume of black smoke twisting upward like a signal of distress. She laid a hand on Emberclaw's warm neck, and he tensed instantly. He felt the danger too. With a roar that shook the treetops, he sprang into the air. Wind tore at Lira's hair as Emberclaw sliced through the sky, wings beating with powerful rhythm. As they neared the cliffs, the air grew hotter, glowing red beneath the smoke clouds. Through the haze, Rhaegor's eyes glowed like molten lava, locked onto his struggling victims. Emberclaw roared a challenge that echoed across the mountains, and Rhaegor swung his massive head toward them. "A hatchling firewing dares to face me," the rogue dragon growled, his voice vibrating through the air like thunder. Emberclaw responded by unleashing a stream of brilliant blue fire, lighting the smoke-filled sky. The two dragons collided in mid-air with tremendous force, red flame crashing into blue in explosive bursts that lit the cliffs like lightning. Their wings beat storms into the wind, sending rocks tumbling down the mountainside. While the dragons tore at each other above, Lira made the split-second decision to leap off Emberclaw's back mid-flight. She landed hard on the rocky ground, rolling through dust and heat. The trapped travelers were only a few steps away, pinned beneath a wagon that had fallen sideways. Flames licked at its edges. The heat punched against her chest like a living force, but she pushed forward. "I'm here," she shouted over the roar of the battle. One traveler was unconscious. The other gasped for air, reaching weakly toward her. Lira braced her feet, slid her shoulder under the broken beam, and pushed. The weight was crushing. Her arms shook violently. Sweat stung her eyes, but she refused to stop. Just as the traveler slipped free, Rhaegor's massive shadow fell across them. He had spotted them. Hanging in the air, wings wide, fire swirled inside his jaws like a glowing storm. Lira froze, horror rising in her chest. The blast shot downward, a river of burning red flame racing toward them with deadly speed. In that final moment, Emberclaw dropped from the sky in a streak of blue fire, striking the ground so hard dust exploded around him. He threw himself over Lira and the injured travelers, wings folding around them like a steel shield. Rhaegor's inferno crashed into Emberclaw's back with a deafening roar. His blue scales glowed red-hot under the impact. Emberclaw's body trembled, claws digging into the earth, but he did not move. He absorbed the entire blast to save them. With the threat gone, Emberclaw returned to Lira and lowered his injured body gently before her. Despite his burns, he lowered himself so she could guide the rescued travelers onto his back. Slowly and carefully, he carried them back to Arindale. When they landed, villagers rushed forward, stunned by the sight of the injured dragon and the saved travelers. Lira slid off Emberclaw and placed her hand on his warm, battered scales. "You're the hero today," she whispered. Emberclaw rumbled softly, leaning his massive head toward her. The crowd watched in awe as the brave Firewing let out a deep, triumphant roar across the valley. In that moment, everyone knew the truth. Dragons of Arindale were not beasts of destruction, but guardians willing to risk everything to protect human lives.